We're back at our favorite yard. A nice cool day. We're gonna try to get a rear end out. And this is kind of part two of that. Is any of these cars worth $600? We don't think that they necessarily are. So we're just gonna pull a rear out before the snakes and the ticks take over for the summer. Okay, so I was considering looking at some other rears. We just went up the hill, so that takes the air out of you, but we kind of decided on this one originally, so I think that's what we'll go with. If we can get to it, it looks like it's probably decent to get to. All the debris out of the way. See how this farm jack works. Kind of like a car jack, bumper jack. You go up on it. I get it right here. Got my block. The ground is a little wet over here. Now my dad, he's looking for some tires to use as cribbage underneath there because we don't want to thrust the jack. It's been here a while, so it might be something weird. Fall apart. Like I figured, it's tearing the whole bumper off.
How many do you think it'll take?
Huh?
How many wheels do you think it'll take?
2 or 3 at the start, 4 maybe at the most.
1, 2, 3, 4.
See that? That's crazy. Try from the side. Without being able to flip it over, which is a possibility, but it wouldn't be today.
Ain't gonna make it.
Not there, it ain't. Let me look for another option real quick. I could probably find one. Alright, given the scenario, that car was coming apart. We ain't got no other means to get it up, so we got this like 65 or so, 66 Dodge Monaco. It's more off grass, kind of even. It seems more solid, so we're gonna give it a try. Wish us luck. That went up, that's good. I get it up enough to get the rocker panels chalked up. Bad thing about it, the tree's annoying now. I can't get the tire all the way. This one's a little tough to get because of the tree, but
Can you get it under the wheel?
the wheel,
But that's
not quite yet, no. That's working. The down motion is not as smooth as going up. It likes well, it's easy to go. That's the thing. And it does. Huh?
How come it ain't going
Ooh.
Have to watch the sparks.
Huh?
Sparks.
Yeah. We'll watch that for watch.
Please. Is the frame resting on those tires on the side?
Yeah. Okay, so I spent the past 15 minutes here cutting the U-bolts loose. I had to cut the shock bolts on the perches. We want to save the perches because they're bigger. And we need to get it up in order to get that one out and start getting the rear out. The wheels are still on. We'll probably have to just break those studs because it's been sitting here a while like everything else. So they'll probably have to get broken off, but that's okay. You can buy new ones. So we're going to start lifting it up, trying to get enough air under it so we can pull stuff out and do it safely. Well, this one, I think it separated from the axle.
Oh.
So, all right, so we're running low on some battery, and those ain't moving. I cut one of them off, and it was the bear just getting one. So I think we're gonna cut the shackles here and see if we can just drop the rear end out, and then we'll have to worry about the wheels later. I think we're out of luck.
What?
I think we're out of luck.
No battery?
Won't work now. There. What time you got?
5 after 11. We're gonna run out of time. Here's what I would say is get it far as you can, cut it loose over there, drop it down, and come back. Tell them which one it is.
Okay, we're back at the junkyard the next day. We have everything disconnected. I went ahead and just popped the drive shaft loose. I soaked it in oil. It came loose easy. So we're gonna hook a strap to it because it's kind of embedded in the mud that the wheels are. I don't want to take the wheels because I have enough old wheels and tires that are worthless. So we'll probably have to try to get it out first, and then possibly cut the lugs right in the middle, and then split the nuts off of them. That way we can get the wheels off. But we're gonna try to at least move it out first. It does move around, so just enjoy. Say hi, Bill.
Hello.
It's my brother Bill. He's helping out today with us. He's strapping a little deal on here. We're gonna see if we can kind of yank it out a little bit.
Just keep tension on that one.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Nope. Okay, let's try
I
that
had
one.
tension.
1, 2. Get something that hit this body over here, this panel.
Okay, we'll probably have to. We'll
Well,
go get the jack, I think.
We can bend. Oh.
It's gonna hit the wheel well. The tires are just stall enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They was set down in there, and then when it comes up, it makes you realize. So yeah. I'll grab the jack.
They are helpful.
Pretty high right there.
There we go.
Now,
Yeah, now.
wait, it's caught on that
The spring. Where's the
My
motor
bar.
side?
My bar. Okay.
There it is.
Same thing over here.
Yeah, we'll do this one.
There we go.
It's about free. Okay.
There's another one. Belly.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot of the Chevy main emblems are going on this thing.
There's a couple of the plastic ones up there, I know. 7 or something.
we might. Well, we just need a few inches though. We could pull this out.
How
Yeah.
heavy is that?
Huh?
How heavy is that? Can we actually lift that? Come on.
Doing that again.
Well, it's doing it different this time. It's not even engaging.
More alive.
Yeah. Yeah, that upper part, that pin. Ow. Ah. There we go. We're out.
I'll go see if I can get the truck up here.
Okay, so we got it out. It's not the, there's better ways. If you got equipment, you can pick this stuff up, that's great. But we don't, and we're on a hill, and we're in the mud, but we got it clear. So I want to get these wheels off. That's the best thing. We got the truck down there. He's gonna go grab that truck and probably pull it on the other aisle over here. And then we can get this thing out of here. But if you do look at it here, $742. This is a 66. I think they quit doing 742s in 68, and it's one of the stronger center sections. Okay, so I'm in Dad's truck. We're heading back to the house, about 35 miles away. We've got the rear in tow. I'll be able to see it back there. It's got the tag on it still. It's got a 276, and I'm not surprised about that. I'm not disappointed. I figured that's what it had. That's perfect. We picked up a couple chunks there. Sorry, a couple of chunks there at that same junkyard here a few weeks ago. One of them's a 323. I got another 276. That's the most common. So the main thing here with this is we want the housing, the axles, and obviously the case, so we can narrow it all down for an A-body. And I want it to be like factory A-body spec. And that could be considered kind of narrow for a Duster, but that's fine. I just kind of like the factory dimensions for things like that. So that junkyard has so many of those in it, and I've said it before, you know, not everybody's heard it, but that junkyard has a very limited lifespan. It is a one owner, kind of a real nice old man owns it, and but he's in his late 80s, and I think the situation is with the EPA, they're on him about it, but they've kind of come to an agreement where when he is passed on, then within a year all of that property has to be completely cleaned up. Now whoever's going to undertake that task has a real task in front of them, because there's a lot of stuff, a lot of it stuck in the ground, there's wheels everywhere, scattered and piled up and all that sort of thing. So if anybody needs an 8 3/4 rear, whatever it may be, there's mostly C bodies, there's a few B bodies from, you know, 60 66 up till 70, and so it's primarily early B, mid B, and then C body rears. If you need anything like that, let me know and I will point you the way to that yard. Okay, I'll put you in touch. The most ideal situation, if we all had a lot of money, or we can go in on it, we need to get like a Bobcat, and we need like a plasma torch. That way you can go in there, you can pick the cars up or flip them over, cut the bolts on the rear, all the brake lines, all that stuff, and pick it right out of there. There's probably 15 to 20 more of those rears in there. Various states. Most of them are complete though. There's a few that are missing their chunks and all that stuff, but I hate to see them all go to waste, because people are always swapping in 4 9-inch rears, 8.8 rears, and, you know, maybe settling for, you know, 8 1/4 if that's all they can find, and that's fine. It's just a good option, but they're all sitting there, and I'm sure a lot of them need freed up and all that sort of thing, but there's definitely some good stuff there. A lot of it's the cars have rotted away, but there's still good stuff. So we're gonna get you back on here when we get to the house, and we'll unload it, and we'll take a quick look at it, and we'll go from there. Okay, we're back at the homestead. We're gonna unload this. It's just me this time, so it might be entertaining to watch that. I don't know. Open the door and then drink my milkshake. I'll say it was a nice day for this. Slightly cool, so you don't get overheated, nothing like that. And it ain't too cold. Alright. If you're doing this, it starts to go, get out of the way. Give yourself an out. Like for instance, if I go to slide this off and it starts to take away one, make sure your head's not down here or come up. Just let go of it. It'll tumble over there into the grass. If anything. Better over the dirt, grass, concrete. So, also just solid tires. These are aired up tires, so solid tires will probably be much more stable. Here it is, all crusty and old. Who knows how long it's been there. I didn't see an inspection sticker on that car. But I was really surprised at how well the nuts came off there after it was soaked for a day. And I don't know how realistic it is to keep these drums if it's even something I want to do to begin with, but on this side I sprayed some of this in there at the yard, hoping it would crawl back in there, make contact with the flange. That's usually where they stick. If not, the brake pads themselves have expanded. I don't even know if it turns. I didn't really get a chance. It's locked up at the moment. I mean, it has some movement, so this part's moving. I think it's probably stuck down here in the ends where the probably where the bearing and all that stuff is. Do you have no movement there? It's not surprising about what I expected. Let's see what we got. It could be the brakes holding. One thing I saw was cool. A guy on Instagram, he had a chain with the hooks on it here and here, and he put a bottle jack right there. He was able to turn the bottle jack and it pulled it off. Might have to do something like that if we can't get this off. Do it evenly here. There's a little bit of a spring action there, so it might hold me up there. But if you can get the pry action on it. Yeah, the drum's kind of stuck to the hit from this side. We're getting it, it's slow. Here we go. A little bit more. Throw this crap out. We have a drum here that looks like it might actually have some life in it. One good reason not to tear them up first unless they're just completely roached. So we'll see about that. And we got movement on our axle, nice and smooth. So it's, 99% chance it's an open, otherwise that wouldn't be hanging up over there, I guess. But there's that one. So if we get this other side off, you don't feel you hear a little bit there, a little bit of wear maybe, but it feels like butter, man. It's like nice and straight on here. So good on that part. So move the tripod so we don't have to get the drum into it if it comes off. And let's take a look at our heavier side here. Like that. Too much. If I could find the star adjuster, it's right there. I have to help it. Even go through the window holes that I hit the adjuster with and spraying it up in there because you might get on the inside of the drum there help free it up. This one might be our trouble here. If I get a little bit of a bite on it. Like I said, I don't want to hurt that backing plate too much. Like I said, this will bend. The plate will move a little bit, so I don't want to get too aggressive with it, because then you could bend it. So the spring adjusters have broke. That's, like I said, a good thing, because then it's going to let go of the shoes a little better. It is more stubborn than the other sides. Y'all got a real nifty way to get these off, kind of like that chain idea I was saying about where they put the jack on it. You know, put it down in the comments below. I'd like to see everybody's different method, or do you all just have to pretty much do it this way? Little by little. Hey, hey, just like that. Just like that. Here's those adjusters, springs. That's what we got there. Beautiful. Get these out of the way. You can see how well it moves here. Pretty smooth. I'm happy with that. And I'm pretty sure it's not a sure grip. It, for a second there, they both moved at the same time, but it'll catch. They usually have a tag back here for the sure grip as they do for the gear ratio, so I'd be surprised if it did have one. I really doubt it, but otherwise we have a really nice moving, no grinding action, really good. So we picked a pretty good one there. If any case, the housing, even if the housing's a little bent, you can always get them straightened out. They just don't make them anymore. So. I ordered this the other night in anticipation of getting the rear and trying to move it along. And got these nice little made in America pieces. There they are. It's a Mopar narrowing kit, the little donuts. Leadmine products. You can find them on eBay. And there were some other YouTube videos, people using these. And they have the different sizes, so you can narrow an 8 3/4 like we got out there, or we can narrow even a Dana 60 if we find one. And they come with little keepers. I think these might be carrier bearings. See where your carrier bearing is, and I'm not, this actually might be for the ends. I'll have to look. I'm not real familiar with it yet. But you have the bearings that go inside here. You'd have 2 donuts there, one on the end, one on there, and then you run a 1018 cold roll bar through there that's super straight, about 60 inches long roughly, and it'll go right through here. It's 1 1/4 inch diameter. And if you're going to narrow, you cut everything down, cut it nice and flush, nice and plumb, square, whatever you want to use as far as terminology. And then you put these caps in, the bearing spots. I got the other ones here too. You should be able to smoothly turn the bar as you tack weld and do a full weld. If it catches up on you, if it binds while it's turning in there, then something's moved on your housing ends, okay? So these are to help keep everything straight, help kind of guide you in the right direction so you don't end up chewing up your bearings when you go putting it all together. These would be the keepers. I believe they have an Allen fitting on them. So so that you can kind of lock it in so they don't walk away. Yeah, right there. So you have these little Allens, and once you put, it even has 1.25 inches. You put them on the end there, and that'll help suppress it all to the housing so it all stays straight. And it basically just contingent on you making nice cuts on your axle and cut the area out that you don't need, and then you'll narrow the axle in. We've got another one here. So we got the whole kit. I just got to get the bar, and they say it's best usually source that locally. That way you don't have to get it shipped, since it'd be so long. You know, because this is like a 61-inch rear end, I think. So you'd want one. Most of the passenger cars are going to be a little bit shorter than that, so it would be sufficient. Unless we did van rears all the time, we need a 72-inch one. But we get a 60-inch, and then we can run it through here, make sure it's straight, should be straight, and then we can narrow all right here in the shop, and we will make sure to feature that on the Hoosier Garage. Also, we're going to go ahead and end the video, but we want to give some thanks to RT's Mopar Salvage right here below. Check him out. If you ever need anything, just send him an email. He might have it. He collects a lot of dealer stuff. He gets a lot of parts cars, tears stuff down, likes to keep the Mopar thing going. He's the one that told us about the junkyard we go to, and if it wasn't for him, we wouldn't have that rear out there. So thanks a lot, Kyle and RT Salvage. And make sure you check out the link below for some cool stuff. And thanks for watching and coming to the Hoosier Garage. We'll have more. Make sure you subscribe and like. Just tell your friends about us. Help us get to 1,000 likes. And it's going to be great. So thanks a lot again. Y'all take care.